Welcome back to Chasing Trophies. This is going to be the most nostalgic team preview because we're talking about Brazil. For people who started watching football in the 90s, 2000, early 2000s, Brazil means a lot to everybody around the world, man. The the original Ronaldo, the man who made the name famous, Ronaldinho, the Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, all these guys, what's his name? The goalkeeper Didi as well, man.
Didi, Dida.
They had the Dida. Yeah, they had incredible players. Flamboyant football, samba football.
Kaka.
They would always put a smile on our face. You had Kaká, you had Rubinho, you had Marcelo, Dani Alves. A lot of insane talent, and yeah, they might not be the favorites anymore. They might not be the main team to talk about, but they're always an exciting team. There's always the nostalgia attached to Brazil because the way that they play is always incredible. They always play entertaining football, and now finally, after years of heartbreak, maybe they have a new coach who will allow them to play that football that they want to play because it's in their blood to be attacking. It's in their blood to be entertaining. It's not just about winning. It's about winning in style. And I think Ancelotti with the going back to the formation of 4-2-4 will allow them to do that. They've got some amazing players. Rafinha, Vinicius Junior. You've got Cunha. You've got Igor Thiago. You've got Casemiro there as well. Bruno Gomes. Marquinhos and Gabriel have a good centre back pairing, and along with Alisson, it's a very good, solid back line. I think their wing backs are a bit of an issue. The Hernandez brothers are not at the level that they were a few years ago. That could be an issue for them. Neymar Jr., I haven't spoken about him because he is injured again. He's picked up a calf injury. I don't expect him to play, but he might play in the knockout matches, group stages. So आपको शायद नहीं देखने को मिलेगा Neymar, but if he does play, that'll be exciting for the crowd as well. And yes, Fez is joining me as well. Fez, Brazil, man, this is the team that I'm excited about the most, man, because when they play football, it's a lot of fun. Even that game against Croatia, they're popping it around here and there in extra time. But then, unfortunately, Croatia played really well, took it to penalties, and they won.
Yeah, that was a very big heartbreak as well. I mean, obviously Ronaldo to Morocco was a heartbreak, but even when Brazil, because Brazil and Argentina हो जाता था जब match,
Yeah.
अगर वो चीज हो जाती ना कि Brazil, because Neymar ने जबरदस्त, he was injured but he managed to score a very good chip goal that game, and that gave hope to everybody कि हाँ भाई comeback हो जाएगा. But Neymar went off the pitch and then like everyone's heart sunk and stuff like that. And yeah, Brazil तो भाई I think like you said nostalgia सबके लिए है. जो लोग football है, Ronaldo खेल रहा है अभी तक, even if I go and ask my mom who doesn't watch football, so like I don't know Ronaldo खेल रहा क्या वो गंजा, because they all remember 2002 World Cup and his chip tooth and stuff like iconic things. You knew the match was over before you saw that number 10 Ole 90 wala Nike joga bunny to whatever you call it. So that's how you grew up understanding trickery and all of these things that we like to do in FIFA is because of the Brazilians. So a lot of credit to football in general will go to Brazil, but with this team, there is a lot of hope. There's a lot of excitement. Like you mentioned, the backline as well. It's fantastic. I think Gabriel, we make a lot of memes about him because he missed that penalty in the Champions League final. But overall, he's been a fantastic defender. Paired up with Marquinhos, who won the Champions League on the night of where Gabriel lost. Marquinhos won in the back. They've also got Ibanez. आपके boy है Mustafa भाई Al-Ahly का ही है उन्हें. So he's also a good in the air kind of heading ability. बहुत अच्छा रखता है उन्हें. So there are solid, center back opportunities over there. पीछे आप जैसा वाले wing backs में problem है. पूरे पुराने वाले हैं Wesley, Danilo, and Alexandro. Names that you're not familiar with going ahead. Maybe they're going to be more defensive minded because 4-2-4 खेलेंगे. Gap बहुत बुरा देगा counter पे अगर पूरे आगे चलने गए तो. बीच में अच्छा है. Guimaraes है and Casemiro है. Casemiro तो we know that he's our boy. And we hope कि भाई उन्हें he manages to do well for the team before. I think this could be his also potentially his last World Cup as well, right? Casemiro's as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's going to last for another 4 years and then play the 2030 World Cup. Though you never know. But Bruno Gomes is a good one. आगे पीछे दोनों संभालेगा because Casemiro will be mostly adjusted in the back. The Gomes will give you that from the half to the forward ढकलने के लिए Gomes आपको थोड़ा बहुत legs दे देगा. And then Rafinha, Cunha, and Vinicius, भाई ये तीनों तो जबरदस्त दिखते हैं मेरे को. I really enjoy this trio. Rafinha is one of the best best wingers in Barcelona and La Liga. Vinicius as well. And then you got Martinez Cunha, man, our boy. Or Igor Thiago is also an option over the striker, who also done very well in Brentford. तो अच्छी तो कोई बहुत अच्छी टीम दिख रही है. They can do it. I don't know how they'll step up. Will it be 4-2-4? Will it be 4-2-3-1? Depends on how they manage to go about this. But the squad wise, though, there is a lot of hope with this squad right now in Brazil.
Yeah, you've got also Endrick who can come off the bench and score some goals. He's also a very good attacking threat. And the relationship between Carlos Ancelotti and Vinicius Junior is a very important one because when he became Real Madrid manager, Vinicius Junior was missing a lot of chances. And then there was the summer before the 22-3 season where he went one-on-one with Vinicius Junior, and they just had proper sessions every week in that summer, just focusing on his finishing. And then Vinny Jr. came out to win the Champions League and I think La Liga as well that year. So
Yeah.
it was very important. That relationship is very important because they're reunited again. And, Vinicius Jr. is not the easiest personality to handle, but Ancelotti is somebody who gives people that freedom. Yeah, he's an older coach. He looks like a disciplinarian, but actually he lets people be and he gives them the freedom. And that's what you need to give Brazilians. Again, I say on paper, I don't think they're on the level of Spain, France. They might even struggle against Portugal or Argentina if they play them, but I think they have that attacking flair, and they could cause some teams trouble if they play the natural flowing game. And because they have a solid center back pairing and a goalkeeper, I think they can also bring that stability, which maybe was missing in previous seasons. Obviously, the wing backs, they can be made up by Vinicius Junior. Rafinha will be making those runs, and they'll be providing that attacking threat. You've got good runners on them, and you have a manager who will allow you to play how you want to play. Sometimes when you restrain, it works. Like defensive football, pragmatic football works in World Cups. But for a team like Brazil, the culture that they have, the style of play that they have, they enjoy the football when they are doing the tricks and thing. If that means conceding a goal, it doesn't really matter because then they will score 2, 3, 4. You see that 2002 quarterfinal against England, they conceded first. It was Michael Owen who broke the deadlock. But then after that, Ronaldinho scored that magical goal. He was bopping the ball around. You had Rivaldo there, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos. All these guys were just passing it around, making life difficult. There was a guy, I don't know if you remember him, he's very underrated. Emerson was there. He was over there. There was Gilberto. There's a lot of players who would also be unsung heroes in that team. It wasn't just about the superstars. So they were a very solid team who would like to play entertaining football. Do you see? I think they're going to set up 4-4. Obviously, things can change in the World Cup, but do you see them? Where do you see them ending up in the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, again, it for me, it doesn't look like a final frontier kind of a thing. Maybe quarterfinals is probably where I'm going to cap them because, again, for me, that the Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes, uske baad, then the substitutes aren't that great for me. Like, you have Fabinho and then I don't know I forgot the other one, but Fabinho again, not a lot of football recently. Theek thaak khel rahe, but not too much. So that makes a very big hole in the defensive midfield area. Plus also one who gonna because from the formation itself, it looks like ये दो ही रहेंगे अगर बीच में तो फिर आगे पीछे कोई भागम दौड़ नहीं रहेगी. तो बॉल ढकलने का है तो everyone will play a little bit more in their half and then counter attacking football रहेंगी. So for me, I just feel like there's still a little bit of a big hole in that sort of a defensive field because backs भी अपने इतने great नहीं है. Plus ये तो आगे बढ़ने का तो है, but पीछे आने का भी एक थोड़ा जिम्मा, like someone will have to take the charge. Yes, they've also got what's his name, West Ham का कौन है, Paqueta and stuff and things, so he can also act as a
Yeah, there are definitely options. Yeah, there are definitely options that they can use.
Yeah, they
But
have options, but I just feel like maybe like quarterfinals is where I'm probably capping them.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Neymar, because of his injuries, because of his inconsistencies, he's not reached the level of Ronaldo, Messi. We know that he's a very talented player. He's an absolute baller. We know what he can produce. But, whenever there was a time he either gets injured or, there was heartbreak in the Qatar. He got injured in the 2014 Brazil World Cup. That was very heartbreaking for him as well. But yeah, injuries has really ruined his career to a certain extent. I would people will remember Neymar, but not on that level as Brazil's greatest. I don't think he will be there in the top. They will always R9 will always be ahead of Neymar. Although Neymar has so much potential, skill, and stuff like that. But Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, for me, like in my eyes, they'll always be a bit ahead. But that doesn't mean I respect the guy. He's amazing. Just unfortunately, because of his career, because of his injuries and stuff, he hasn't reached a level. I hope that he comes back and see. I don't know what type of form he's in. He hasn't played that much football. He's been injured for the last 2-3 years. I don't remember him playing consistently. Only the one-off game here and there.
Yeah. I mean, for Santos, I think like he's done decent, but before he got injured, I think he still managed to get them out of the relegation and stuff. That was a big news that was happening, right? He scored he did decently well for Santos. But I think just to take him across, because हम आप Ronaldinho वाले अपन लोग वो आ रहे हैं, but this Vinicius, this Rafinha, Igor Thiago, Cunha, they're gonna play with their idol. Like Neymar is probably their idol, right? Like they probably grew up watching Neymar, and having Neymar in their team is just like something crazy for them to have on the trip, or have in their dressing room to explain भाई कि आपके time पे क्या होता था, like. So I think Neymar is obviously going there for vibes, going there for positivity, and going there to be. But if Neymar gets fit, if Neymar can just somehow have some of the courage to fix himself, I don't know. If he can just play like a couple of games, give them that, एक आध दो गोलान जो आपको, takes you through that final frontier, then it can be a different World Cup. But yeah, I don't know the injury situation at this point, कितना बुरा है क्या है. But yeah, when he was announced, it didn't look that great.
Yeah, basically, he has that calf injury. Some people are saying it's a new injury. Some people are saying like he already had an injury and they were hiding it because of the selection. But it is kind of coincidental that it happened right after his selection. They announced that he has the calf injury, and it looks like he's going to miss the group stages. There could be a chance he comes in the knockouts. Obviously, there will be a chance with modern day technology and everything. There could always be a chance, but it looks a bit difficult in that sense. And yeah, I mean, people do look up to him. Apart from Cunha, Cunha's idol is Casemiro. Otherwise, everyone else will look up to him. And like you said, I think a bit of showboating, a bit of the fans. It'll lift the fans also. It'll lift the teammates. It'll lift everybody if he just plays a game here and there. And we're all talking about Ronaldo, Messi, but for Brazil, it is him, right? Like, and if he can do that, but they do have other heroes there. Vinicius Junior, Rafinha can also. Man, imagine we saw Rafinha starting like in Leeds, and now he's like. Playing Barcelona, I
really
think Brazil.
I really respect the hell out of Rafinha. Like you mentioned, from Leeds then to Barca, and I think Barca fans are to be blamed. That I understand Lamine Yamal and his hype. He's exceptional, but Rafinha, what he's done at Barca, you saw him live, so you can tell us better. We've seen both Vinicius and Rafinha. They're absolute ballers, man. They're absolute like leaders.
Yeah, they're very entertaining footballers. They're extremely skillful, talented, and hopefully we can see things. And look, I was doing the draws and stuff. I put all the big teams, but that doesn't happen in World Cups. We see upsets. We see maybe like a Morocco or a Ivory Coast or the Ecuador or a Colombia. They can come into the mix of it, and there could be issues for these kind of teams. Against these teams as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Morocco, and the group that Brazil have is Scotland, Morocco, and I think Haiti. I can't tell you anything about Haiti, but Haiti, Morocco, and
that's
Scotland.
the biggest question.
That's a bit difficult, right? Like Scotland, Morocco. Well, considering Brazil right now, Morocco and Scotland will be a decent
for any group. I think if any team was in that group, it would be a challenge, because Morocco, like our semi-finalists, Scotland are really good, man. And the thing is, Scotland will frustrate the hell out of you. Defensively, they're very strong, and they will park the bus. They'll park the bus, and then Maradona. This guy is like Maradona of Napoli, right? Like, I mean, he gets the same love that Maradona gets. Like, I can't imagine. I never thought this will happen. But like McGinn, McTominay, it's going to be interesting to see. But I still expect them to top the group. That Brazil-Morocco game is actually in New York. It is like in a few days' time. Next week, I think they're going to play. That will be Brazil's first game. If they can beat Morocco, I think that'll set the tone for them in the World Cup. The thing is, because there are three teams, potentially the third, so I think the top number three teams can go. So that takes a bit of pressure off from the other teams. But I feel that, Brazil, the group is a bit toughish, but they'll be. I just want them to play as long as possible so that they can entertain more than anything else. For a lot of people, Brazil means a lot. Like how, you guys now in the modern age, like Cristiano Ronaldo means everything for them. It was Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos. So, and they still have that attachment with Brazil. I meet people who were born in the late 80s, 90s, even in the 70s. They just have that thing. Romario also, like he was insane for them. So they have that. They still have that connection because of that globally.
Who made you fall in love with the game, right? Like, who made you fall in love with the game? And
and
you want to keep remembering that.
And the thing is, they still have players. They haven't, it's not on that level of that time. So there's still players to look forward to, obviously.
You are a player to watch out from Brazil?
Acuna, there's no doubt about it, man. He's the. I want him to be the golden boot. I want him to go very far, because from the Man United strikers, I don't know. Like, I think he's the one who can get the golden boot. So I want him to get it. Like, there's nobody else. I don't think, there's many much options. Bruno might get the assist kind of thing if he wants to, but like goals, Cunha, and again, I don't know if he's going to start every game because they have options there in Thiago. They have Enric as well, so I don't know if it's start. But initially, if Neymar's not there, Cunha can play in two different roles. He can play as the striker, he can play behind the striker as well. So I'm hoping that he does start, and if he does start, he'll be in the mix of things. He had a very good season for Man United. That'll give him confidence. But he's always, for me, like Vinicius and Rafinha is everybody's. I understand that some people will say Marquinhos, some people will say Casemiro. But I just really like that player, and I hope he does well.
Yeah, 100%. I think Brazil के लिए I think a lot of people would want Brazil to do well. Like I really wanted it to do like after like Portugal. यार Brazil जीत जाना because 2022 World Cup Argentina चले गई लेकिन वो वाला heartbreak तो काफी था. But yes, for football we all like it's like something like West Indies का cricket का Brazil का football का.
Yeah.
I mean West Indies उतना बुरा हाल नहीं होगा, but like I just said, like Brazil right now, there's a lot of talent there. You would want to see something.
But थोड़ा बहुत हो गया था when they were like losing 7-1 to Germany and this and that, and things were going south. But now I think with this new group of players and along with the experienced players, they have a decent team. I do agree with you. I don't think like I put them as winners of the World Cup in that predictor just because while I was doing it, like there was teams I didn't want them to win. I kicking them out. I don't think they will go to the finals, but if they do, it'll be incredible. I think quarterfinals will be there. And if they play Argentina or if they play Portugal, they might have a tough time over there. And like you said, also the group stages, you never know with Brazil, man. They can get knocked out in the group stage as well. Like anything can happen over there. They're a volatile team, right? Like anything can happen, but we're just expecting because of the footballing culture that they have and everything, and the fan support is going to be amazing. I think Brazil
and they baptized their plane as well before they left. All the
yes, yeah. So they'll have that proper fan base and everything. Them and Holland, they bring that nostalgia. They bring a very good fan base, like wherever they go. And Brazil is not too far from North America as well. So there are a lot of people who are also Brazilian who live in North America. So they'll have their support. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribe button. Please comment bhi kar do wahan pe, and we will catch you for the next episode. Thank you, everybody.